planetary healing and upgrading consciousness on a collective scale. But the topic for today with that is about, cycles. It's about beginnings and endings. And it's great to illuminate this topic a little bit further, a little bit deeper. Because we are continuously living in a very dynamic reality. Within this universe, there are aspects of the feminine and the masculine, the light and dark, the sun, the moon. It's this universal law of yin and yang, of plus and minus, of cycles, beginnings and endings. All of this, it is called duality. The duality, this constant motion, dynamic of new beginnings and endings, and the new beginnings and endings. And there are cycles within cycles within cycles. So we have short cycles, there is bigger cycles. If you look at even our calendar, so to speak, we have a cycle of a day, then we have a cycle of a week, we have a cycle of a month, we have a cycle of a year. It's just to really tune into all these cycles within cycles. Now, many times we acknowledge and value a beginning, a new beginning. A new beginning is always looked upon or looked at in a very exciting, very inspirational way. We have certain imaginations and ideas and intentions of a new beginning, whatever that is. So, for example, just to give a few examples, when someone starts a new relationship, see, there is so much openness and positivity and inspiration. Yeah, there is so much value and acknowledgement to the start, the beginning of a cycle. Also, as another example, let's say if someone, a woman, births a child, there is so much celebration, there is so much joy and excitement for this new beginning of birthing a child. Just like starting a new job, excitement, motivation, a lot of creation, a lot of inspiration. So there is a lot of input, a lot of energy put into beginnings. And then, there is this sustenance, there is this unfoldment of every present moment. Yes, every present moment is within that sustenance that maintains that cycle, whether it's a short or longer cycle. There is that food that is given to sustain that energy to continue whatever you have started, right? And that is our present moment, moment to moment. Yes, and many times in this point, we take life for granted. We take life for granted, and maybe we forget our initial intention of that new cycle. maybe we get caught up with life or get caught up with the busyness of life, but then our inspiration or creation starts slowly, slowly losing its momentum, losing its inspiration or creativity or excitement or motivation, some way, somehow or another, losing that initial feeling, initial intention. And we call this the present moment alertness. You know, how deep are we living from moment to moment makes the difference of that fuel you carry with you through that cycle. And then as the energy starts, declining, it starts losing its momentum, or it starts becoming distorted or contracted, or some reason or another, whatever cycle that is must come to an end, right? Must come to an end. Now these endings of cycles, sometimes it can be like, a relief, a cycle is ending, maybe out of a not so nice experience, it's like a relief to complete a cycle. Sometimes a completion of a cycle can bring a lot of grief, a lot of pain, unacceptance of that closure, can bring disconnection. It can bring pain. It can bring this sense of separation or this sense of losing something. It can bring pain of loss, yes. How many times if we take a moment to tune into this, let's say when this body, comes to its end of its life experience, this body disintegrates, and we call this death, right? The death of this physical manifestation. Many times that is not really taken in a very celebrative way. Many times it's unaccepted or unwanted to experience a loss or a closure. Also, you can call this destruction. Many times we associate closure, destruction with something negative. But it actually, it is not. It is exactly this duality. It is this dual reality where the beginning comes to an end, and it is the same cycle, right? It's the same cycle on different ends, on polarity of the ends of that same cycle. So then we can kind of question ourselves and pause for a moment to inquire, how come it is like this? How come we were brought up in a society where we were conditioned to believe that the beginning of a cycle is for us to celebrate and be joyous and give so much force into it? And yet, the opposite energy of the same cycle most of the time is unwanted, and it creates so much pain and separation and all of that which comes from endings. It's just this point where today I really wanted to really illuminate the duality of this life. You know, it's a very important topic for us to understand it deeper. I know that we have heard a lot and we know what cycles are, but there's always more depth to understand directly from yourself. You know, there's always more depth. The depth is unlimited. You know, the how deep you can really get it. Yeah. So illuminating duality, illuminating the great cycle or circle of life, and illuminating what illuminates is, of course, your consciousness, right? Your consciousness illuminates the duality. It is the deepest you that is able to see cycles being born and cycles dying. You know, who else can see this but you, right? So whether cycle starts or cycle ends, you are still here watching it all unfold and happen, whether you like it or dislike it, whether you're happy about it or whether you're sad about it. You know, your light, your consciousness is seeing this dynamic of duality, of these cycles unfold right in front of your eyes at every given moment. Now we can either fight duality, we can try to fix duality in the ways that we wish it to be. You know, we can struggle and struggle years after years after years, trying to fix or amend this duality to your preference. And it's tiring. It's very tiring. It's a struggle to try to maintain that out of your preference. So this is why the teachings of non-duality, they're so profound. Because once you are able to truly see beyond duality, you become free. You become free, unbound from cycles, but yet fully alive in the unfoldment of cycles. Yeah, fully alive with, but not bound to. It's very different. And this is why the teachings of non-duality is a fundamental teaching, because once you are able to perceive reality through all these cycles, you know, a cycle is bound, right? The beginning goes around and comes back into a cycle. When it's complete, lessons are learned, then what happens? You take it a notch higher. You rise your vibration and your consciousness, and you re-experience another cycle, but yet on a higher vibration, with more ease, more lightness, more expandedness, more openness. So you see these cycles, you flow through them, and the more you surrender to the path, it's an inner path of the less resistance, of these new beginnings and endings, not bound by that limited cycle, but yet fully embracing the unfoldment of this reality. And perceiving the reality, from a much deeper place of non-dual reality. So perceiving these cycles from a non-dual reality doesn't mean that these cycles don't exist or are disconnected. No, they are part of you. You move through them moment to moment. You live openly with beginnings and openly with closures. Openly, I'm not saying to, sometimes we do contract when we go through pain and through suffering, but that's natural. With the body contracts when we are processing deep energies. But these deep energies that we process, what is happening really? We're completing a cycle. We're completing a cycle, and you could say you would have access to more depth in the next cycle, in the next new beginning. More depth means you tap into more richness. Yeah, more richness of life, more aliveness, more vividness. And yet, even if some challenging closures come along, yet we go through that, we process that, we complete that, even if it's so, challenging. And yet every time after a very big challenge, what happens? And you rise up, you start another new beginning in a bigger way, in a more stronger way. Yeah, and this is how you see yourself growing spiritually. This is how we all grow. We grow by opening and expanding, and then, we go inwards and, take care of our deepest wounds. And as we go through that process, we find ourselves out of that to a new beginning within you. And that new beginning gives you the seeing of a new reality, because that's how consciousness works. And that's how, when we purge and purify these most uncomfortable of feelings, then naturally we grow, we expand, because you create more space when we clear all these older energies. So I invite you, for in this moment, to it's always your soul always does this, by the way. Your soul, at some point in time, the soul does a review. Many times the soul does a review when a big shift of consciousness takes place. And many times, I've witnessed this, where true from a soul level, it's like this huge cycle, and let's take this year, this 2020, yeah, for today's meeting. Let's take this year as one big cycle, and let us skim through. It's a skimming through, it's an energetic scan, a soul review of even breathing and feeling into this whole year of 2020, what it has brought to you. Now, I invite you not to control your thoughts or your feelings. So maybe some very positive and nice feelings or memories or energies come true. And in the next moment, maybe some challenging memories, challenging energies come through and pass through you right now. So I invite you to be comfortable, relaxing, and like really find your comfort in your body and your comfort where you're sitting, and allow this cycle of the breath, this cycle of life to guide you into this present moment. And this cycle of breath, allow it to go deeper into your heart center. And with every breath, you're bringing softness, you're bringing lightness, you're bringing kindness and feeling safe. Yes, feeling safe in your own skin, in your own body, feeling safe so your heart can relax and your heart can open while this breath of life, this cycle of breath in and out continues. And your heart is a portal to your soul and to your consciousness. Your heart has the key to all dimensions. So I invite you deeper into a golden heart, because your soul's vibration emits golden energy. So I invite you into your golden hearts, which is warm. It's very soothing and very warm. You can take a deep breath and relax. Relax into your golden heart. And let go and trust your golden heart. Trust this warmth and this intelligence of your soul that has lived thousands of years, thousands of lifetimes, who knows where, so many places and planets within this universe alone, let alone all the lifetimes you experienced or remember or still have to remember when you lived on this planet too. And yet, this sense of your soul, this warmth, this golden vibration is your signature. No matter where you are, no matter which lifetime, your soul is unique to you. There is no one like you. That is your blueprint, your sense of you, your unique you. Beyond your name and personality, beyond your likes and dislikes, the signature of your soul can be recognized from anywhere. Anywhere. It's like the ultimate passport. And from here, now our intention today is to review this very short cycle of this year, 2020, all that you have experienced. Allow it to flow through your heart. All the openings that you had. All the growth that you experienced. Allow any memory. Memory can come up through an image, but it can come up through an energy signature. It can come up as a feeling or as a vision. Okay, there is no one way. Just allow your golden heart to review in any way it is coming to you right now. Any challenging times too. Any deep pain and grief we experienced. Let us acknowledge and review this cycle, so-called 2020. Without judging what you're feeling, without judging any memory. Allow your golden heart, your soul, to review all that you have been through. All the dualities and cycles within the cycle of 2020. If your heart contracts slightly, it's okay. Just surrender, allow it, and breathe around it and let go. It's like reviewing a whole movie, all the good times, all the new friends you crossed paths with, all the others that challenged you in some way or another. All the lessons you have learned, and you have risen above. All the trauma healing that took place. And all those moments where you realized a deeper version of you. And all those aha moments. And also reviewing your act of kindness. Or those moments where you helped someone in need. And those moments where you made a difference to another. And even those simple moments when you've maybe cooked your most special dish, or baked the most delicious of cakes, and how that touched someone else's heart. Just to acknowledge all these cycles and acknowledge from the most simple to the most life-changing experience. Reviewing all beginnings and acknowledging them right from your golden hearts, and also acknowledging any closures and completions you had. From this same depth of your heart. So now let's take a moment to check in with yourself. If here is any incomplete cycle, incomplete energy that needs maybe some support right now from this collective space, or needs some deeper healing, I invite you to invite what you have been procrastinating, what you have been holding aside, maybe for tomorrow to deal with it. I invite exactly that into our collective healing space right now. So that we can complete. Completions happen from within. Completions happen from within. And let us acknowledge exactly that which you have left unacknowledged or incomplete. You can prolong it, but you can only carry it with you. And as a result, you experience some heaviness. So let us all, with our intentions now, to complete that which was maybe partially unacknowledged. Or maybe waiting for the next moment to deal with it. The invitation is to all together invite it Invite maybe a scary feeling, a fearful feeling or sensation, so that we can polish it with the light of consciousness, with the light of our loving awareness, from a non-dual view. We embrace and hold and nurture our deepest wounds right here, right now. And whatever it is you are experiencing right now, if an image of someone is connected, I invite you to bring that being, that person forward, to invite that presence of that being right here, right now, within this healing space. And to look in front into that person's eyes. This is an internal practice. This is a meditation, right? So only within this meditative state, I invite you to surrender the fight. An internal process of letting go, righteousness, of letting go of the fight, so that you can heal your heart and so that you can complete that lingering energy, so that you can become free and liberated. I allow, I allow, I allow. I let go of what I'm holding. I let go. And in this moment, a healing light is showering down into our collective space. And through our willingness to meet this hurt, we can free this pain for ourselves and others. And you can visualize like sandbags are being cut and dropped. As you are releasing, completing any burdens. But from this space of healing, and from this space of compassion, from this place of perceiving right in and through that play, that cycle, that duality. These sandbags are being cut off. If you are truly allowing, if you are truly allowing in this moment, you are liberating yourself. Dropping your guards. Within you is safe. And your whole being is receiving a lot of brightness, brightness and lightness. Cutting off these cords only in your readiness, only when you truly let go of the fight. Then and now and here is where you find true peace, true contentment, non-dual contentment, non-dual peace, meaning not conditioned by an outer circumstance, even if the outer circumstance is not what you wish, but inside you can be free. Within you, you can be free. You can take a few deeper breaths so you can really, really relax further. And exhale through the mouth. And this golden heart of yours has expanded and enveloped you within its own radiance, within your own radiance. It supports you. This radiance is expanding very wide. It encompasses the whole sky and all our atmosphere of this planet. It encompasses all beings. And allow this radiance to ignite the golden hearts of this whole civilization. And you can internally, telepathically send a loving message of your highest intentions into those ignited, glowing golden hearts. So that all souls reawaken their dormant memories, including you. Every heart is glowing. And let us all connect with Mother Earth. Let's connect our hearts with this beautiful presence of Mother Earth. Mother Earth has a soul too. Let us connect with the soul of Mother Earth. Let us share gratitude and loving kindness and thanking this planet for holding us, for being patient with this civilization, just like a mother nurturing and loving us unconditionally. Very well. And take your time to slowly start coming back. And coming back with this brighter clarity, with this lighter expandedness, deeper into your being, preparing for this new beginning, this golden age, this alignment with light. That's what it means. We are now fully aligned with light. It's a beginning of a new era that's going to transform and change everything that we see on this planet. And we, the way showers, the light workers and healers and gatekeepers, and all of the beings and souls who are here on this mission to continue strengthening this positive timeline, to continue stabilizing the light on this planet. May all continue to have all the courage, all the strength, all the love, all the patience and compassion necessary but this lifetime will be remembered. And I thank all of the support that came through this evening. Supporting this meditation and this planetary healing is the way forth to upgrade we're upgrading our lives by upgrading our vibration and consciousness. Thank you all, to each and every one of you, for participating all with the same intention. Because together we can truly make a change.